Hi, good morning everyone. Welcome back to the current affairs class. I hope you are doing well. So today we are going to cover 24th Fab CA. I hope the audio and video is good. All right, let's discuss then. So first section, ESI Finance and Business News. Consumer Price Index for agricultural laborer has eased. So you all know already what is CPI. CPI AL, that is consumer retail level inflation coming from the agricultural laborers. So how much All India Consumer Price Index for agricultural laborers is for January 2025, it has eased basically to 4.61%. 4.61%, remember that, and this data has been released by Ministry of Labour and Employment. Also, if you see rural laborers, the CPI RL, this is for agricultural laborers, particularly if you talk about CPI RL, so CPI RL has also eased to 4.73%. 4.73%. And remember, All India Consumer Price Index for agricultural laborers, its base year is 1986-87. Abhi iska base year 1986-87 hai. This is the base year you need to remember. Then next is PM Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana crosses milestone with more than 9.5 lakh installations. So this is the achievement of PM Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana. That has to be there, right? This achievement you can quote in your answer writing also, and it is important fact itself for the objective. PM Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana is very important scheme. We have discussed it number of times. So remember, under this more than 9.5 lakh installations have been there. How many? More than 9.5 lakh. Remember, more than 9.5 lakh installations have been there, and already you remember this target, that we have a target to have installed capacity of renewable energy of 500 gigawatts by 2030. 500 gigawatts by 2030, and we have achieved a remarkable 220 gigawatts in total renewable energy capacity, out of which 100 gigawatt is from solar. So remember, first of all, this figure 9.5 lakh installations, this can be important. ये target आपको ध्यान रखना है. And as of now, we have achieved total installed capacity in terms of renewable energy 220 gigawatts, और जिसमें से 100 gigawatts, out of which 100 gigawatts is from solar energy. And PM Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana, you already know, has a tenure up to 2026-2027. 300 units will be free electricity, free per month, covering subsidy up to 40% of the installation cost if you are installing these solar rooftops, right? So that's the thing, and it is implemented by National Program Implementation Agency at the national level and state implementation agencies at the state level. Then next, this is just a basic information kind of fact. So Adani Wilmar, the Adani Group's FMCG unit, it has changed its name to AWL Agri Business Limited. Remember, Adani Wilmar has changed its name to, so changing of names can be important, AWL Agri Business Limited. Now moving on to regulatory bodies news. So first of all, according to RBI, operating profits of private sector companies in India, they grew by 15.3%. Private sector companies के operating profits, they have grown by 15.3%, remember, and private sector companies have made more profit and reduced their debt during 23-24. So basically data is showing that private sector companies in India are able to make profits and they have been able to reduce their debt obligations during 2023-24. Remember that. Okay, And then manufacturing profits also rose. Post-tax profits went up by 16.3% with the services sector growing faster. So post-tax profits also grew, and also remember sectoral wise, if you see service sector, it grew faster. So here you need not remember all these figures, but just remember whatever I have highlighted here. Operating profits, India's private sector companies are better able to gain more profit and reduce their debt obligation. Post-tax profit have went up, and maximum contribution is coming from services sector. The next news is bank credit to NBFCs falls. Bank credit to NBFCs. See, recently RBI has been scrutinizing NBFCs. They are under supervisory action, and they are under surveillance of RBI because a lot of retail loan delinquencies, defaults have been there. So bank lending to NBFCs has recently fallen down because RBI has been looking over it. So bank lending to NBFCs grew at its slowest pace, remember, in 4 years, rising 6.7% in 2024 to 16.22 lakh crores as of December, compared to 15% growth in 2023. This was particularly driven by higher funding costs after RBI has raised risk weights on such loans. RBI ने क्या किया था? बैंक क्रेडिट टू एनबीएफसीज, बैंक एक्सपोजर टू एनबीएफसीज, इट हैज रेज सर्टेन वेट्स. तो जो वेट्स असाइन होते हैं रिस्कियर लोन्स को, दोज वेट्स वर इंक्रीज बाय आरबीआई. सो दैट्स व्हाई cost of funding, it has increased. So that's why in absolute terms, if you see, banks lending to NBFCs fell to rupees 1 lakh crores. Okay, fell to rupees 1 lakh crores. So you need to remember, RBI is overseeing the NBFC sector very carefully. There have been retail loan cases where lot number of smaller amounts, particularly जो छोटे amount के loan है, lot number of defaults have been there. So RBI does not want banks to be perilled with the systemic risk. So if something happens from NBFC side, RBI does not want banks to get affected. That's why you see risk weights were increased, and that's why banks' exposure to NBFCs has been reduced. So remember this thing, and I have explained you the context of it, so it will be able to you will be able to remember it. It will be easier for you. Now next thing is, in a relief for non-banking financial companies, RBI has rolled back the higher risk weight assigned for bank loans to NBFC in 2023. These were the weights I was talking about, and recently, क्योंकि अब थोड़ा सा situation ठीक हुआ है, improve हुआ है, so that's why RBI has rolled back these higher weights. Earlier it has assigned. What were the weights? So consumption loans, credit card exposures, and bank loans to NBFCs, weights grew by 25% to 125%. Okay, so they grew by 25% and they stood at 125%, flagging concerns about high growth of lenders' personal loan portfolio and sharp hike in banks' exposure to NBFCs. Personal loan portfolio काफी expand हो रहा था. Okay, and banks' exposure to NBFCs is something which can be riskier because banking system is backbone of the economy, right? You cannot afford to have your banking system collapse. So that's why. Remember, this was the weight. Now it has been rolled out. 25% increase किए थे risk weight जितने भी bank loans to NBFCs हैं, and they grew to 125%. Now moving on to banking news, you have MUFG Bank Limited, Japan's leading financial institution. It has completed its first fully digitalized trade, blockchain-enabled trade with Tata International. So this can be important. Remember, this company from Japan, this entity, financial institution of Japan, has completed first blockchain-enabled trade deal with Tata International. The next is your Go Digital Insurance has teamed up with KM Dastoor Reinsurance Brokers to introduce India's first AQI-based parametric insurance policy. What is this? This is very, innovative. If you look at the features, AQI ke basis pe they will be offering the insurance. What is the feature? This is particularly, you see, AQI based. So parameter would be AQI, Air Quality Index. It aims basically to protect 6,200 migrant construction workers in Delhi NCR for wage loss caused by air pollution. See, what happens is in Delhi NCR, a lot of people who have migrated for construction activities, they suffer from wage loss because in winters particularly, you see in Delhi, there is restriction imposed by the Supreme Court on construction activities because there is already a lot of pollution and lot of suspended particles like PM10, PM2.5 are there, right? So construction activities would add to the peril. That's why sometimes construction activities are put a temporary ban upon. So that's why these workers, they affect. So to provide them relief, the insurance is there. The and the claim payouts will be automatically triggered if the daily AQI breaches 400 marks more than twice. So this is the feature. Payout will be automatically triggered if AQI in these regions it breaches 400 marks and you have bought the policy, so you can claim the payout. इससे आपको wage security मिल जाएगी, right? So compensation मिल जाएगा जो भी wage loss हुआ है उसका. AQI breaches 400 mark more than twice, then it will be given to you. Up to 6,000 rupees. Up to 6,000 rupees compensation will be there for such hazardous period. So this is very innovative, isn't it, for laborers. Next you have SBI aims to achieve net zero emission by 2025. It has been recently informed by SBI Chairman C.S. Shetty. Net zero emission by 2055. Remember, they have said that SBI is set to achieve net zero emissions target by 2055. What is the net zero emissions target for India? It is by 2070. Remember these two things. Then you have national news. So Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation has recently launched a data visualization hackathon named Innovative with GOI stats. So basically this has been launched by MOSPI, which is Data Visualization Hackathon. What was the theme? Data Driven Insights for Viksit Bharat. Data Driven Insights for Viksit Bharat, remember. What is the aim? Under this, they want to inspire young minds and students, researchers, that they can utilize vast official statistics generated by NSO and create innovative data-driven insights. So this is basically, you have lot of data with your MOSPI, with your NSO. Young minds, you can use those data and provide us innovation. This is the entire thing. So prize money is also there. 2 lakh rupee for first prize, 1 lakh rupee for second prize. What you need to remember here is the theme, data-driven insights for Viksit Bharat. Then next is Tech Mahindra has announced its membership in AI RAN Alliance. So global initiative works on the development and deployment of AI-driven solutions within radio access networks. This is basically to better connect devices to the internet. So Tech Mahindra has announced its membership in the AI-RAN, AI-driven solutions for a radio access network, remember, better connecting devices to the internet. Then next you have Soliga tribe inhabits. So Modi recently, Prime Minister, has praised the role of Soliga tribes in tiger conservation. That's why this name Soliga tribe becomes important. Remember what area do they constitute and all. Soliga tribes basically they inhabit the Biligiri Rangaswamy Temple Tiger Reserve in Karnataka. So remember this location, and they have traditional practices. They have been involved in tiger conservation efforts. So it can be important, okay. Soliga tribe, remember, belongs to Karnataka and they are important to tiger conservation efforts. Now moving on to state news, Arunachal Pradesh recently has achieved, remember, 100% completion of houses under Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin. So this can also be important. Arunachal Pradesh ne Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, which is to provide, houses to the Gramin, to the rural areas. Arunachal Pradesh has achieved 100% of this for the rural areas. 100% completion of houses. Remember that. The next is Pushkar Singh Dhami led Uttarakhand government has unveiled your budget. right? So this is the budget unveiled by the government. 1,01,175.33 crores to enhance infrastructure while maintaining economic stability was the aim. And what is the highlight here? That the budget was based on GYAN model. GYAN is Garib, Yuva, Annadata and Nari. This was the highlight of the budget. So it was based on GYAN, which is Garib, Yuva, Annadata and Nari. Garib, Yuva, Annadata and Nari. Remember. Now moving on to international news. Myanmar and its close ally Russia, Myanmar and Russia have signed memorandum on investment, in cooperation specifically for economic zone in Dawei and oil refinery. So they have signed this MOU for exploration of oil refineries and all, economic cooperation. Nothing else is important from here apart from this information. Then next is MOUs. Tamil Nadu government has signed this pact with Connecticut to strengthen economic ties. Second is Bisleri, the water brand. Bisleri International and Archaeological Survey of India. This can be very important. They have signed the MOU to rejuvenate and protect historic water bodies at heritage sites across India. You see, ASI works for what? ASI works for heritage sites conservation, right? Excavation of heritage sites, ancient sites. So Bisleri and ASI have signed the MOU where they will be protecting, they will be rejuvenating and conserving the water bodies at heritage sites across India. Then next is HAL and DIAT have signed this agreement. HAL, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, and DIAT, Defense Institute of Advanced Technology, Pune. This is basically to collaborate, for defense manufacturing and all. So industry academia collaboration kind of thing. Industry and academia. Mergers and acquisitions mein, you remember American private equity giant KKR and Co. will acquire up to 54% stake in hospital chain Healthcare Global Enterprises. 54% stake in the hospital chain Healthcare Global Enterprises. Okay, 54% stake. Now next, moving on to science and technology and defense. Defense mein we have one news only, which is Indian Coast Guard has recently conducted Sagar Kavach exercise along West Bengal's 158 kilometer coastline. So you need to remember Sagar Kavach exercise belongs to whom? Sagar Kavach exercise is Indian Coast Guard. Recently they have conducted the exercise coastal security ke liye. Sagar Kavach. Moving on to indices and rankings. So again, Harvard University has retained its #1 position for 14th consecutive year in the latest Times Higher Education World Reputation Rankings 2025. Again, 14th for consecutively 14th year, Harvard University has topped this Times Higher Education World Reputation Ranking. And Massachusetts Institute of Technology, US has ranked second. Remember, MIT has ranked second. First is Harvard. Indian universities, if we talk about, so you have Indian Institute of Sciences India in 201300 ranking category, then Indian Institute of Technology Delhi and Indian Institute of Technology Madras. So IIT Delhi, IIT Madras are there, then IISc are there in the rankings overall, but top may you have Harvard and Massachusetts. Harvard first, Massachusetts second, then you have Oxford University third. Talking about other reports, Australia and New Zealand, they register highest breast cancer rates globally. So new research is from Australia and Canada. They have analyzed breast cancer incidence and mortality rates in 185 countries, and they have come up to the conclusion that Australia and New Zealand, these two countries, Australia and New Zealand, they have the highest rates of breast cancer. This is something you need to remember. The incidence, if you see, the cases, the rate was 100.3 cases per 1 lakh people. That is quite significant. 100.3 cases per 1 lakh people. सारे facts आपको यहाँ ध्यान नहीं रखने हैं. What you need to remember from here again is WHO recently has launched Global Breast Cancer Initiative. in which they have set a goal for countries to reduce breast cancer mortality by 2.5% annually. हर साल 2.5% this kind of mortality you have to reduce. This has been set by World Health Organization, and the research has found only 7 countries. Which are the 7 countries? Malta, Denmark, Belgium, Switzerland, Lithuania, Netherlands, Slovenia. They are meeting this goal by WHO. Other countries are not able to meet this goal of reducing mortality by breast cancer by 2.5% annually. And also remember, researchers have warned that breast cancer cases will increase by 38% and deaths by 68% by 2050. So this is an alarming issue. Remember, Australia and New Zealand are at higher risks. Then, according to a report by CrackGradeB, housing price appreciated at an average of 10% during December quarter. Delhi NCR saw maximum appreciation of housing prices. Delhi NCR witnessed maximum appreciation of housing prices, 31%. And it was, evident across all 8 major cities of India. So, like Bengaluru, Mumbai, you need to remember maximum one here. सारे data आपको याद नहीं रखने. Delhi NCR saw maximum increase of housing prices of 31% annually. Then next is, according to a new report by Boston Consulting Group, and the Innovative Pharmaceutical Services Organization, India's contract research, development and manufacturing organization sector is poised for expansion with a potential to reach $20 to $25 billion by 2035. So this sector, contract research, development and manufacturing organization, research, development and manufacturing में you have a potential to reach $20 to $25 billion by 2035. This is just what you need to remember from here. Other things are not relevant. This market, you see, if you want to get the context, it is expected to outpace global growth because lot of this research is required in DNA, RNA therapies, gene therapy and all. That's why it is growing a lot. Then moving on to awards. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh will confer 32 gallantry, distinguished services and meritorious service medals to Indian Coast Guard personnel at 18th ICG investiture ceremony at Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi. 32 gallantry awards to be conferred. Remember, 32. What is the number? 32 gallantry awards. And they include 6 President's Tatrakshak medals, distinguished services, 11 Tatrakshak medals, gallantry, and 15 meritorious services for 22, 23 and 24. Total, you remember, 32 will be there. Then Ministry of Ayush has conferred prestigious National Dhanvantri Ayurveda Awards for 2025 to specific, Vaidya who have contributed a lot to Indian traditional medicine development or development of the Ayush Paddhati, right? So the recipients are, remember these names, Vaidya Tarachand Sharma, Vaidya Maya Ram Unial and Vaidya Samir Govind Jamdagani. These are the 3 Veds who will be conferred with this National Dhanvantri Ayurveda Awards. Cash prize hoga 5 lakh rupees ka and a trophy of Lord Dhanvantri. Then next is your Manohar International Airport became first Indian airport to win the Sarvashreshta Suraksha Puraskar Golden Trophy at NSCI Safety Awards in Services Sector category. So Mopa Airport wins prestigious Sarvashreshta Suraksha Puraskar, remember, and it is operated by your GMR Goa International Airport Limited. Manohar International Airport. Moving on to sports. So first event you have is 71st Senior National Men's Kabaddi Championship. Winner Services, who were led by Kabaddi League star Naveen Kumar. The next is Sydney Title 2025. Sydney Title 2025 winner is Indian squash icon Saurav Ghoshal. So Sydney Title 2025 has been clinched by India's squash icon Saurav Ghoshal. These 2 are the events in sports we have. Appointments, you have Fernando Fernandez appointed as Unilever CEO and Carlos Sainz appointed as Director of Grand Prix Drivers Association. Then we have conferences. This can be important. India will be hosting the 12th Regional 3R and Circular Economy Forum in Asia and Pacific. 3R is reduce, reuse, recycle. Remember, where is it going to happen? It is going to be conducted in Jaipur, Rajasthan. Jaipur, Rajasthan from 3 to 5 March. That means from today onwards is going to be conducted up to 5th March. What is the theme? Theme is realizing circular societies towards achieving sustainable development goals and carbon neutrality in Asia Pacific. And this kind of forum last was hosted in 2023. So you need to remember, abhi India host kar raha hai. Last it was hosted in 2023 by Cambodia, and India has previously also hosted it. Where and when? In 2013. 8th edition was hosted by India in Indore. So 2018 में हमने इसका 8th edition host किया था इंदौर में. Then you have 12th Regional Forum is being spearheaded by Swachh Bharat Mission Urban of Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs in collaboration with Japan's Ministry of Environment, UNESCAPE, UNCRD, UNDSDG, UNDESA with support from Government of Rajasthan. Jaipur Declaration will also be adopted here. Jaipur Declaration, what is Jaipur Declaration? It will build upon the Hanoi Declaration of 2013-23, which aims to provide participating countries how you can develop 3R, reduce, reuse, recycle and circular economy. So basically, circular economy pe they will be adopting certain declarations like how you can reduce the use of plastics, for example, reuse them, recycle them. So waste to wealth wala jo concept hai hamara, waste to wealth, recycling, circular economy. This is what they want to achieve here. Remember this thing. The next is Union Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandavia has inaugurated first ever regional dialogue on social justice under Global Coalition for Social Justice in New Delhi. तो ये डायलॉग हुआ था in collaboration with your CII and Employers Federation of India on social justice, because recently the ESIC has celebrated 74th Foundation Day. 74th Foundation Day. Now, what is this Global Coalition for Social Justice? It was launched by ILO, which is a platform for governments, employees and workers and development banks, enterprises, etc., where they can advance social justice initiatives and shared objectives. This is a platform via which you can raise your voice, you can work towards, different stakeholders can work towards ensuring social justice for everyone, for laborers as well. So remember this thing, Global Coalition for Social Justice. Then next is Union Minister for Power and Housing and Urban Affairs Manohar Lal has inaugurated Prakriti 2025. Prakriti 2025 International Conference on Carbon Markets. So this is Prakriti basically, not Prakriti. Prakriti. Carbon markets are developing fast. India में अभी उतना develop नहीं हुआ था, but अभी develop हो रहा है, right? So carbon market in which carbon credits are traded. Carbon credits are what? They are specific certificates which allow you to emit certain tons of carbon dioxide or equivalent. So carbon market is expanding in India also. This is again to foster the development of the carbon markets. Now Prakriti, what does this Prakriti stands for? It has a full form also. So remember, Prakriti refers to promoting resilience, awareness, knowledge and resources for integrating transformational initiatives. Promoting resilience, awareness, knowledge and resources for integrating transformational initiatives. The next conference we have is first ever Conference for Women Peacekeepers on the theme Women in Peacekeeping, a Global South Perspective. See, peacekeeping missions are sent by United Nations. peacekeeping, peace building in the affected areas where conflicts have happened. So you want to de-escalate the conflicts and establish peace and humanitarian assistance over there. So peacekeeping where women are also participating actively. So recently this first ever conference for women peacekeepers was held on the theme Women in Peacekeeping Global South Perspective, which was organized by Ministry of External Affairs, Defense and United Nations Peacekeeping. Center for United Nations Peacekeeping. As I told you, United Nations works for peacekeeping missions. So remember that. Then obituaries mein you have Mayadhar Rao, legendary Odissi dancer. So then person in news, we have rising star Mira Andreeva. Remember, Mira Andreeva, Russian tennis player, has become youngest ever player to claim WTA 1000 title when she has defeated Clara Teyssen, who is a Danish tennis player, to win the Dubai Duty Free Tennis Championships. Dubai Duty Free Tennis Championship. So remember this name, Mira Andreeva has become youngest ever player to claim WTA 1000 title after defeating Clara Teyssen. That is it for 24th Feb CA. Now it's time for the top 5 MCQs. First question in front of you. Recently, Prime Minister Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana has crossed a milestone with more than how many lakhs of installations? It has created a history of installing. So basically crossed a milestone of installing how many lakhs of installations? Yes, everyone, quickly tell me. कितने installations की वजह से Prime Minister Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana is in news? Well done, 9.5. Very good. So it is 9.5, option D. Okay, option D is the right answer here. 9.5. Next, Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation has launched data visualization hackathon recently named Innovative with GOI Stats. What is the theme of this hackathon? What is the theme for this? The theme is Data-Driven Insights for Viksit Bharat. Data-Driven Insights for Viksit Bharat. Option A. Globally, which of the following universities has retained its #1 position again for the 14th time in a row in the latest Times Higher Education World Reputation Rankings 2025? Which university has topped this ranking? Very good. So the correct option here is option C, Harvard University. Second pe you have MIT and third is Oxford, right? Harvard University. Second MIT, Massachusetts, and third is Oxford. Union Minister for Power and Housing and Urban Affairs has recently launched International Conference on Carbon Markets, a reflection of India's commitment to climate action. Prakriti 2025. So what does Prakriti stands for? What does Prakriti stands for? So as I told you, remember the extension of Prakriti. Prakriti stands for promoting resilience, awareness, knowledge, resources for integrating transformational initiatives. Option A is the correct answer here. Option A is the right answer here. Which of the following player has become youngest ever to claim WTA 1000 titles after defeating Clara Towson in the Dubai Duty Free Tennis Championship? Who among the following has become this youngest player? Tell me. So the correct answer here would be Mira Andreeva from Russia. Remember. Mira Andreeva, yes, has defeated Clara Towson. Now this is the learning exercise for you today. Who among the following has teamed up with KM Dastoor Reinsurance Brokers to introduce India's first AQI based parametric insurance policy, which will have AQI as the parameter for providing insurance to the wage laborers? So you have to tell me the correct answer in the comment section. This is your homework question for today. Last question which I gave you was in athletics. Who among the following has created history by becoming first Indian to break 13-minute barrier in 5,000 meters indoor race? So yes, the correct answer here is Gulveer Singh. Gulveer Singh. Okay. The correct answer here is Gulveer Singh. Well done, Harshit, Karthik. You all have given me the right answer, Gulveer Singh. So that is it for today's session. I hope it was useful for you. I will see you in the next session with next set of news. Till then, have a great day. Thank you so much for staying tuned.